The girl tried to collect herself, grateful she hadn't been in that room during it all. But hearing it, the grief, the desperation in that man's voice was nothing less than heartbreaking. She sobbed softly and wiped her tear-stained cheeks. "You said you wanted a challenge. If you had killed King Tristram, then no one would be able to oppose you. That's why you pulled your forces back. Let fate handle Vladimir, that his fall would give rise to the vampire queen. Without this threat, neither vampire would be strong enough to challenge you. You wanted a challenge. You want a real fight. You're so close to that moment you desire, but be patient. Face them now, and they'll die, and this would all be for naught." He let out an angry groan like that of a spoiled child, punching the wall beside her in a fit of rage. "I don't do patience well, Giselle, but I'll play along. Your visions may guide us, but I will only be manipulated so much as it serves my purposes." She watched as he stormed out, and she felt the anguish build inside her again, and she wept. She wept for the child. She wept for the father. And she wept for all that have died because of her and her visions. But most of all, she wept for Valens. She loved him. But trying to love Valens was like trying to love a block of granite. Yes, there were fissures, cracks, crevices that you could use to scale them. And she had come to know every inch of them intimately with every part of her own body. And you could love that way, you felt, when you reached the summit. But climbing cliff faces was hard and painful work, and you got hurt. A lot. Banging against unyielding granite that bruised and cut. And was not love supposed to involve more than an outer shell? More than the granite on the outside? She had little time to grieve before another vision struck her. Her head jolted back, eyes grew white and cloudy, her lips and tongue moved independently of her own will. "Let our foes fortify with iron and stone. Let them summon fantastical beasts and powerful magic. It will avail them naught. Across the land, none have a ruler that wields such woe, such doom as our Lord Valens." Outside the church, Valens was joined by a guard, standing at the ready. "Sir, send out a hunting party. Find out why our forces from Valenwood haven't withdrawn. If anyone screws this war up for me, I will personally kill and eat everyone in that unit." While that soldier scampered off to see his will done, in that moment the village of Valenwood lay in shambles. Buildings decimated, little more than skeletons of their former glory. Homes still smoldered from a blaze that spread throughout the settlement. Scattered across the village were bodies, some villagers, but mostly soldiers. His soldiers. The scene was especially tragic to the arriving forces of Mordor, who had seen this beautiful, simple village in its prime. The scent of blood hung thick in the air, metallic, rancid. Putrefaction has taken the corpses. The scent of evacuated bowels and concentrated piss made the pungent cocktail especially revolting. So much death. This isn't like the other villages. We need to find out what happened here. Spread out. Look for survivors. Gather the dead. I need to know if any of our forces survived, or if the Black Wolf army slipped through. That's the end of your sneak peek. I could go on, but I don't want to ruin the rest of the chapter. I hope you enjoyed that little excursion. I will keep bringing you more if you want. I hope you pick up a copy of my book, Vampire the Awakening, by Klaus Michelson, available wherever books are sold. If you want, I will give you a free copy, either an Audible or an ebook, your choice. You just message me and let me know your email, and I will see to it that you get it done. And if for some reason I have not managed to offend you with this tale, that offends me. So please let me know what I can do to fix that, because with this character, I want to deeply offend people to the point they get disgusted at every chapter that they see Valens' name pop up in. I want him to be so despised, so hated, that there can be no fangirl club thinking they can change him. Valens is not one of those villains with a tragic backstory. He's not one driven by some deep-seated horror in his past. He's evil, and there is no saving him. This has been Klaus Michelson, and that's been an excerpt from my sequel to Vampire the Awakening. And remember, everybody, behave yourselves, or I'll drain your veins.